It's Joe, and this is my next project. Hey, check it out. It's time to build a little transmission mount. Come with me. I took this transmission mount off of it because when that's on there, if you want to get the cross member out, you're gonna have to jack the transmission up to get the stud out. That's an ugly booger right there too, isn't it? So anyway, out with the old. And I got this. This is typical generic GM rear motor mount. You go in AutoZone and you ask for a 68 Camaro. That's probably what you're gonna get. 75 Chevy pickup. A lot of Chevy pickups had them. It's just simple. And I bet they make some really expensive ones if you're just prone to spend some money. And probably a lot better than this, but if we don't abuse this very much, I think it'll do nicely. And we can put that on there. And then when we build this cross member, we can undo the bolts and slip this out. And hopefully the plan is, if you ever had to remove the transmission, you could remove it without taking the whole car apart, which is kind of that's the fun challenge for me. Not just building it, but you build it where it's serviceable. I've looked this over, and I think we're a little jammed up right through here. I kind of ended up with the wrong radiator. This radiator's for a Ford. And this line has to hook in at the top on the other side. This line's got to go in here. So it's gonna require a little bit of stunt plumbing, but we can do that. Not gonna be a problem. However, I would like to have a little more room between the water pump and the fan. And I think I've got enough room to do that, to move it. So I'm gonna move this engine back an 1.5 inches. I think I can move it back 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna try to do that without breaking out the evil engine hoist, which is just what a pain. We'll see if we can just pry that engine back. I've got a half of a plan, and hopefully the other half will show up when the time comes. Now here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this volunteer stick here. We're gonna set it right there. That on there. This right here, even with that. And then I'll get the tape measure. I'm gonna mark it 1.5 inches back. And then I'm gonna put you on time lapse, and you can watch while I make the engine move back a little bit. All right, hang in there. Did you notice that it fell off the blocks? The engine has fallen off the blocks, and let me see if I can pry it back together and get back to where we started. All right. I've pried it up. I've got a 2x8 underneath it. It may slide, it may fall over, it may knock the whole thing off the stand. The evil engine hoist is just so far in the back, I've got it blocked in. So I may be thankful to get it out, but I'm gonna get up in there and try to pry that out of there. This thing's just as hard to get up in now as it will be when it's finished. I can see where I need to go. I need to go about 3 inches. Get that in there. Come on, baby. Oh, about a 1/2 inch. Oh, and it's about to fall off right here. I better do something about that, or it's going to get me. It's going to win again. Careful now. That's how you break a hand. Close. Very close. There it is, front to back. Now, where is it side to side? Where's the front side to side? I'm gonna have to raise the front up. Boy, that's right down the center good. I need to, gonna have to raise that front up. And I haven't got less than half a plan on that. Hadn't changed side to side very much. It's just changed up and down. And the front of that engine has got to come up. Not liking that. Well, let's take about half the weight off of it. Where's my board? I think if we pry this up, at least the weight behind the board I just put in is taking off this load. Little backyard physics. It's gonna be nothing flat up here. What about that right there? Thing's so old it's hard to see. Did I say it's too old or I'm so old? I don't even know what. I don't know what you're looking at. I hope you can see some of that. It's got to come up some more. I think it's got to come up some more in the front. Or maybe it needs to come down in the back. Could come down in the back. Bring it down in the back a little bit. All right, how did we do this before? Didn't I? Oh, I used my board up. It won't do it. Stuff's in the way. There we go. Now how do I get that out from underneath there? Everything I've blocked in. Everything I've blocked in, I've locked it in. Jeez Louise. Quarter. We gotta come over this way some more. $12 3/4. About another 1/4 inch. And again, it needs to go forward. Here's where we started all this crap. I think this is where we started. I don't think I'm pushing on that hole. I hope I'm not. Like about another 3/8 of an inch. That's right there. All right. Well, I don't know how everything else is, But we're back, maybe not to square one, but we've got our 1.5 inches. Now we've just got to raise and center this engine just a little bit. And I think we're there. Hang in there. All right, just make this little paper pattern. About like that. And then mark where it came from. Let's go ahead and mark the back also. All right, we can transfer that onto a piece of square tubing and we'll cut it out. Well, I cut this. There we go. And it's gonna fit right in there. We'll put a little tab under it. Perfect. Okay, got most of it cut. Drilled it. Motor mount is going to sit right on top of it there. And from underneath, you'll be able to get through there to tighten it up with the washer, everything. This piece is going to get slanted, cut and slanted down there. And these little tabs, there's 2 tabs. And I'm gonna start, you see the way I have them drawn out there? I'm gonna start, I'll nip the little edges off here, cut down through the center, nip these off, and then I can put them in the radius jig and clean them up over there, and they'll hold it all up. I'm gonna put you on time lapse over here where you don't miss a thing. Cleaned up a little drilling. It looks just like that. And due to some technical difficulties, I cannot weld it tonight. See, it's got the mount, got the holes where you can get to the bolts on the transmission mount, the 2 tabs, and then this goes in the car just like this. The tabs, you'll have a tab on either side there. This goes right in here, bolts up to the transmission. And you can slide that transmission mount out, unbolt it, slide it out, get the hole cross member out, little tiny cross member out, and the transmission will jump out the bottom. Probably won't do much jumping. It'll drop out the bottom. Anyway, I wish I could weld that in there, but I can't. But anyway, hey, thanks for tuning in.